space explorers! Enjoy the video and don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the description for more cosmic fun.
Okay, let's unpack this. That tiny dog, the Chihuahua, don't let the size fool you. Today, we're exploring their really epic and surprising journey.
Yeah, it's quite a story. You might just see them as, a modern purse dog maybe, but their history actually stands tens of thousands of years. We're going to trace that lineage using, well, quite a stack of sources. We've got genetic evidence, archaeological finds, historical accounts. It all helps reveal why these little dogs are truly living history.
Right, so our mission for this deep dive, basically pull out the most fascinating bits of insight. We want to uncover how this pretty remarkable breed became such a global thing, from wild ancestors all the way to modern icons. So where does it all begin?
Way back, right, with the gray wolf.
Exactly. Like all domestic dogs, Chihuahuas trace their lineage back tens of thousands of years to wolves. And we know early dogs were living alongside humans, maybe as far back as 15,000 years ago.
Okay, but how did they get from, wolf companions over there to the Americas? Well, that's what's really fascinating. The main theory is bands of people crossing the Bering Land Bridge. This was roughly 15,000 years ago, and, well, they brought dogs with them.
Okay, makes sense.
And get this, there was a recent genetic study, 2025, I believe. It actually found that modern Chihuahuas still carry specific maternal DNA lineages.
So passed down just from the mother's side.
Precisely. And these lineages, they trace directly back to those pre-Columbian American dogs before Europeans arrived. So it's not just some fun fact. It really fundamentally shifts how we understand their ancient journey here. It's a direct genetic echo.
Wow, a genetic echo. That's incredible. So it makes you wonder then, how much of that ancient wolf behavior, the wild stuff, do we still see that in the tiny Chihuahua maybe sitting on your couch today?
Oh, quite a lot, actually. Those wild instincts, they definitely persist. Think about their prey drive. You see them chasing squirrels or birds with, honestly, surprising gusto, right?
Yeah, definitely seeing that.
Or their territorial side, they're so quick to bark, like these little vigilant sentries, even though they're tiny. And their pack loyalty, very intense bonds, often just with one person. Sometimes you even see separation anxiety.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And even that quirky thing they do, burrowing under blankets, that totally harks back to wild kennets, wolves, foxes, digging dens for safety, for warmth. It's instinct.
So interesting. Okay, so from the Bering Land Bridge and ancient dogs, our story takes another really fascinating turn. Let's jump forward quite a bit. Mesoamerica, maybe around the 9th century CE, and we meet the Techichi.
Yes, the Techichi, widely regarded as the direct ancestor of the modern Chihuahua we know.
And they were different, weren't they?
A bit larger, yeah. And notably, mute. Historical accounts suggest it didn't bark at all.
Mute, a dog that doesn't bark. That's odd.
It is. But these dogs were held in incredibly high esteem. The Toltec and Aztec civilizations, they believed Techichis had mystical powers. They were thought to, guide their owner's soul in the afterlife, even ferry them across a dangerous underworld river.
Wow, okay. So, revered spiritual guides. But wasn't there another side to it, a more practical purpose?
Absolutely. Here's the twist. Despite being revered, Techichis were also, a significant source of food.
Wait, really? They ate them?
Yeah. Archaeological evidence confirms it, and so do accounts from the Spanish when they arrived. They were commonly eaten. And this dual role, sacred and sustenance, might actually explain why they were mute. Think about it. A quiet dog is probably preferable for ceremonies.
And also easier if you're raising a lot of them as livestock without constant noise.
Exactly.
That's kind of wild. So what happened to them? The Aztec Empire fell.
Right, and that nearly spelled the end for the Techichi. Many were killed or eaten by the Spanish invaders, but thankfully some survived, likely in really remote pockets of Mexico, and they started interbreeding with new types of dogs brought over by the Europeans.
So they adapted, they survived, and then...
Yeah. Oh, fast forward again to the mid-19th century. American travelers started noticing these tiny, very alert dogs up in the northern state of Chihuahua, Mexico. Ah, so that's where the name comes from.
That's exactly how they got their name. This sort of rediscovery was pivotal. By 1904, the American Kennel Club formally recognized the Chihuahua. Yeah. And that really set the stage for them becoming, globally popular.
And boy, did they become popular. Icons, really. You had band leader Xavier Cugat, always with one. That unforgettable Taco Bell dog, Gidget.
Oh, yeah, Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
Exactly. And movies like Legally Blonde, Bruiser Woods, plus, the whole celebrity fashion accessory thing with Paris Hilton and others, they even feel like an unofficial national symbol of Mexico now. It's such a huge leap from the Techichi.
It really is. But, while their popularity is undeniable, it also serves as kind of a cautionary tale.
How so?
Well, that massive surge in demand, unfortunately, led to problems overbreeding, abandonment. There are even these pretty distressing reports a while back of feral packs of Chihuahuas in places like Maryvale, Arizona.
Feral packs, wow, that's unexpected. It's a stark reminder, really, that even these tiny domesticated dogs retain powerful pack instincts. And, things can go wrong when human responsibility falters, but their resilience still shines through. You hear stories like Zoe, this tiny 5-pound Chihuahua who apparently protected a toddler from a rattlesnake.
No way, that tiny thing.
Yeah, it shows they are truly brave survivors despite everything.
Absolutely. So, wrapping this all up, what does this journey mean for you listening? The Chihuahua, it seems, is this ancient soul crammed into a tiny body, a creature of really stark contrast, sacred sustenance, and global celebrity.
They carry that whisper of the wilderness, the echoes of Aztec temples and the sheer resilience of a survivor. They're really not just pets, are they? They're little living pieces of history maybe right there in your home.
So true. Okay, here's a final thought for you to mull over then. If a little Chihuahua carries such deep, surprising history and these ancient instincts in its tiny frame, what hidden legacies, what ancient echoes might be tucked away in the DNA of your favorite modern breed? Something to think about.